Hey you guys, it's Braid tonight. We're here with a quick little update on Gypsy Rose. She posted a new video that is getting a lot of attention, a lot of opinions, and I wanted to throw my own into the mix. So if you're interested, please keep watching. All right, you guys, so I gave it a few days and kind of sat back to see what was going to happen next with Gypsy Rose. I think that a lot of us are very interested as to how is she going to utilize her platform? Is she going to advocate for Munchausen syndrome by proxy? Is she going to advocate for children that are misled and by their parents? What is she going to do? Is she going to stick to the plan? Because she had two choices. One, come out and say what she was going to do, or two, say, you know what, I think it's best if I just don't become a public figure. I'm not cut out for this and I'm going to take a year off and come back, and then I might think about how I'm going to approach this. But she came straight out of prison and decided to go on to the platforms that were there for her literally overnight, and millions of people sat back to watch what she was going to do. And initially I said, I don't know if social media is the best place for her. And I sat on that. And then she kind of showed some things that I, didn't necessarily agree with. I had some questions. There were some red flags. And at this point in time, I think that she is kind of digging her hole deeper all on her own. And today I want to talk about her cutting her hair. And I know, relax for just a quick second. I realized that saying, oh, I'm making a video about her cutting her hair, it's going to automatically seem like fake outrage. You're making something out of nothing. Why don't you shut up? Why don't you go back into the hole where you came from? You shouldn't have this opinion for insert reason here. But please hear me out if you have a couple of minutes, because this is something that is very near and dear to my heart, and I have personal experience with myself. Allow me to give you guys just a quick minute of background so you understand, maybe to a certain degree, as to why this topic upsets me to the level that it does. My grandmother lost her battle to ovarian cancer, and I was there alongside her every single day during her entire cancer journey, from the appointment where she was diagnosed to all of the different doctor's appointments, oncology appointments, random ER visits, to the times where we were at home and we had to call an ambulance to have her taken to the emergency room, to literally her final day with us and the final moments where I literally watched her leave the body that carried her for so many years. It was something that I was not necessarily, I was young. I was 18, 19 when all of this was happening, and to experience that at that age changed me as a person. It matured me very quickly, and it also allowed me to fully understand kind of how devastating cancer can be. And hey, some people go through it at a younger age, some people go through that at an older age. I went through it, like I said, around 18, 19. And for me, I think that was a good point for me to go through that, even though I do think I was a bit young. Seeing that and being so deeply involved in her care was it just completely opened my eyes to something that I didn't really know a whole lot about before her diagnosis and everything that followed after. One of the points during my grandmother's cancer journey that moved me and will stay with me for the rest of my life is the day that she decided that she wanted to get a wig. And she was already, obviously kind of fully into her chemotherapy and going to receive chemo at this point, and she noticed that her hair was starting to just go very quickly. And for my grandmother, like a lot of other women and men too, but for her specifically, her hair was always her pride. She would go every single Saturday and get her rollers put in, and she had a very close relationship with her stylist. And so for her to lose her hair was such a pivotal moment in her cancer journey. And she came to the decision on her own where she said, I would like to shop for a wig. And we went to a local wig store, and seeing the life that put back into her was magical. And I'm so grateful that I was there for that moment, because like I said, it's something that I will carry with me for the rest of my life. So that being said, I wanted to give you guys a little bit of background as to why I understand the relationship in between hair and losing your hair because of medical complications that you're going through. After my grandmother passed, it was several years later, I went through this period of time where I was like, you know what, I want to kind of reinvent myself. And one of the easiest things that I could do kind of, you know, in the same 48 hours was to chop my hair off. And my hair was, you know, it fell like right below my bra, and I ended up cutting it to my shoulders. And I ended up going through a salon who worked with Locks of Love, because I had heard so much about Locks of Love. It was getting a lot of publicity, so I had certainly heard about it, and I automatically thought, okay, well, I'm ready to do something at that point in time what I thought was dramatic. It really wasn't that crazy, but I said, you know, let me find a local salon that will help me with this so that I can donate my hair. You know, it had no color on it, it had no dye, it didn't have highlights or anything. And so I went ahead and did that. And since then, my hair has been very short. Once I chopped my hair, I never allowed it to get long again, just because I like short hair. I like the ease, I like the low maintenance, so on and so forth. And since Locks of Love has formed, there's also been a ton of other you know, companies and organizations that do similar things, where they will take your hair that is donated and they will make a wig for somebody who is losing their hair, whether it's for a medical condition, alopecia, chemotherapy, whatever it is. And I think these organizations are absolutely amazing. So now let's get into what Gypsy Rose put out over the last day. First, she put up this photo right here, and the caption says, "It's never too late to start reinventing yourself, even if it is something subtle like a new hairstyle. To all the girls, boys, and non-binary, enjoy life, express yourself in whatever creative ways that make you happy." I think that's a typo that should say make you happy. Life is too short to hide your beauty. Let the world see you shine. And the second photo in this stack is what she cut off of her hair. She is showing the bulk section here of what was cut off. She obviously did this at home in her bathroom, which, hey, you know, whatever floats your boat. I'm not above a, you know, an at-home hair chop, whatever. So that post alone, totally here for it. Have whatever hairstyle, have whatever hair color you want, reinvent yourself, do you. I'm here for that. I actually really like to see that. Cool. It's a, you know, a little bit of a random post. She chopped her hair off. Good for her. Cool. But then she shares this video, and it says, "Please find a hair donation charity of your choice and donate your hair today. The Great Cut 2024. Here are a few organizations: The Great Cut, Locks of Love, Wigs for Kids." Cool. So let's listen to her video, and then I will give you guys more information on this organization and why a lot of people are having issues with this video specifically.
Hey y'all. So as many of you probably already saw, last night I cut my hair. So what I've been wanting to do for a very long time is to donate my hair to a charity that makes wigs for people that have hair loss or that are going through cancer. So I chose The Great Cut. It's one of several organizations that make wigs for people with hair loss. So I've got my little baggie with my hair. I cut 8 inches off. It's very, very simple, and you got your QR code so you can mail it into the facility. I have had my own personal experience with hair loss, not by means of health reasons, but if you know my story, you're very familiar with those reasons why. And here's actually a picture of me when I had no hair. For me, not having hair was really hard on my self-esteem. And so I just want to do something to help other people that are going through issues with hair loss, because I know the only time that I ever felt beautiful is when I was wearing a wig. So with that being said, like, please, this is something that means.
Cool. So she put that video out and showed a photo of her back when she was still under the control of her mother and had no hair. One thing I will say is I know that current day people don't like Locks of Love. When I donated my hair to them, this was 16, 17 years ago. So I don't know what they're up to currently. I haven't been in a position to be able to donate my hair, so I don't know what they're doing. If they're a terrible company current day, I will look into that. But again, like I said, that was so many years ago, and they were kind of the one company that I had heard about. So that's what I did. At that point in time, it felt good for me to be able to give my hair to somebody that could use it. Like I said, back when I did that, it was so long ago. It's unfortunate if their company has changed and is not as good as they used to be, but either way. So I wanted to go look at the Great Cut website and their mail-in, because Gypsy said that she was mailing in her hair, and see kind of what this is all about. So you can buy this mail-in package, and it says purchasing a mail-in ticket means the following: you are not attending the live event, you are donating your hair, you are at least 16 years old. So checks all the boxes. Cool. Mail-in donors are crucial participants who will tip the scales for the Guinness World Records title. In 2019, we had nearly 1,000 mail-in donations, without which we would have never broken the world record. When you purchase your mail-in ticket, you'll receive an automated email with detailed instructions on how to prepare, cut, pack, and ship your donation. Cool. Hair type and condition. Hair in any condition will be accepted. All hair types are accepted. Curly, straight, oily, dry, thin, etc. Gray hair is accepted. Dreadlocks are accepted. Dyed or colored hair is accepted, though non-chemically treated hair is preferred. Hair length. This is where it kind of all went out the window for me personally. The minimum hair donation is 8 inches, but the longer the better. In fact, the preferred donation is 14 inches or longer. I am not focusing on what their preference is. I am focusing on the 8-inch minimum. So if you go back to her photo where she posted the bulk that she cut off her hair, that looks to me to be maybe 5 inches at the most. At the very most. And typically, I will say that, speaking from personal experience, when I donated my hair, they tied it back into kind of a low pony, and they chopped it and left the band on the hair so that hair wasn't kind of flying everywhere, so on and so forth. So no, I'm not saying that every company has to be the same way, but if we're looking at the facts, you are presenting a photo of the hair that you cut and the hair in the bag. That is not 8 inches. I'm sorry, that is not 8 inches. And I don't know if this company contacted her to say, hey, can you advertise for our company and cut your hair off, show the hair, and maybe thinking that people wouldn't do their own research. But one thing that I can tell you for certain is people on the internet do their homework. If you give them a piece of content, they are going to fact check it. They're going to look into it. They are going to expose it A to Z if it needs to be exposed. And I think because hair loss and cancer and wigs and hair donating is such a, it hits home for a lot of people, kind of like it does me. I think that's also where this comes into conversation. Like, you're not going to get away with this. You're not just going to put this out there, deceive people, tell half truths, and have people ignore it. That's not the way that social media works. Because of this, Gypsy Rose is falling into a category of a lot of other social media personalities that I've covered on my channel. You could have just been honest. Honesty shall set you free. Being honest on social media will keep you out of, for the most part, it'll keep you out of, commentary channels. It will keep you off Reddit forums. It will keep you off people dragging you on TikTok. Just be truthful. Because as soon as you present something that is a half-truth or a lie, you're going to be on people's radar. And people already don't like Gypsy Rose. And I have tried to stand in the middle and call out things that I disagree with, but also say that, she deserves peace and healing and all of the good things. But this ain't it. Presenting this was a terrible idea. And the fact that you not only showed that you cut your hair at home, okay, cool, that post has 1.2 million likes, but then we get to this company, The Great Cut, and this post has 117,000 likes and a lot of comments saying the exact same things that I have said in my video. So how do you feel about this? How do you feel about Locks of Love? How do you feel about donating your hair to these organizations that are supposed to be doing really good things with it? And like I said, the Locks of Love thing current day, I really don't know much about. I will have to look more into it. But yeah, don't lie. You will be exposed every single time, and people will continue to put everything you say under a microscope because now you have broken trust. And once you have broken trust with your audience or people on social media, good luck from there. Just don't lie. That's the easiest way to go about it. So nevertheless, tell me all your thoughts down below. For now, if you like the video, please leave a like and a comment. And if you'd like to see more from me in the future, please subscribe. I'll see you guys soon. Bye.